Greetings Retro Gamers, it's Richard Evans here, Retro Rich, Richard31337 on Twitter, and today a bit different, not going to talk about video games, I wanted to talk about these speed cubes. I bought these just recently after learning the beginner solution for the cube over Christmas. Just decided I wanted to have a go at it. My son got a cube for Christmas, so I was like, I'll have a go at that. I haven't done that since I was a kid and I never could do it. Maybe I should learn. And the reason I've got these speed cubes, which are really slick, is because a friend of mine, Rob from the Netherlands, he's a part of the gaming Illuminati that I'm a member of. He told me about these, and these are so much easier to move than a normal Rubik's cube. They're super slick, fast. You can also, they've got something called corner cutting, where if you move this one across, you can actually cut that right back in from halfway across the cube pretty much. So you can imagine, when you're executing moves, how quickly that pops back. And from the back, you can do about two-thirds, something like that. And from the front, almost halfway across. So very easy. It also means you can pop the cubes out by accident if you're trying to do it quickly and you're a bit rough-handed with it. But they do pop out quite easily. They pop back in again as well, so we can actually, it's probably easier to show you on this one. This one comes apart a lot easier. There you go. So this one comes apart. Both made by the same manufacturer, which is DaYan or DaYan. Not sure how you say it. This one's a ZhanChi, and I think this is a GuHong or something. This one's got no stickers. I quite like that one. This was supposed to be stickerless, but it's actually the stickered version. I'm not entirely sure why that is. Anyway, so what I thought I'd do is I'll show you the beginner method, and I'll just talk while I'm doing it. Hopefully not mess it up. My fastest time at the moment is 150, but I don't think I can really improve on that with the beginner method. There's just too many moves involved, or too many repetitive moves. Really, I need to start learning something called F2L, or first two layers. Once I've learned that, I think I might start to be a bit more intuitive about how to solve the cube, and then I'll see the solution as, my personal goal is to get under a minute. Although I'm quite pleased that I've been able to do what I can do now. It was something that took me a while, but all I've really learned is just some moves and just remembered them, and I still messed them up. So let's have a go. Let's have a go at this. So the first step in the beginner method I learned is to get a white cross on top of the cube. So let's have a go at doing that. There's one. There's another one. And there's another part there, and finally turn that up there, so we've got a white cross at the top. And the next step is to line up the top edges with the centers. As you can see, the green's lined up, but this one's not, and this one's not. So this red one wants to go over there. Let's swap this round. So there's a move to do that. There you go. And now we've just got to swap the blue and the orange round, and we can do the same move again. It's all about what orientation you're holding it in when you do the move. For the beginner method. So they're all lined up now. So the next step is to do the corners, the top corners. And what I'm really looking for is corners where I can see the white on the outside. That's how I look for it anyway. So instead of being on the bottom, for example, this is more difficult. So I go for these first. So this one here is actually in the right place. It wants to be up here, and it's this corner. So I'll just do this move, and then it's in the right place. And the right orientation. So let's look for another one. This one's in the wrong place. We'll take it out, which means it's now ready to go back into the right place, and it's here. So we want to move it in between here, and to do that we do this move. That's there. And what else have we got? So there's two. So this one's wrong, which means we should be able to move it in quite easily into the right place like that. And then look, this one's popped around and it's now up the way we want it to be. So it's a lot easier to put into the right place with this move. There we are, we've done the first layer of the cube. The next step is to do the middle layer. So there's only 4 corners and none of them are in the right place. But there's only 2 moves we need to do this. And so let's line up the red, and we want this blue one, this red and blue one here, to be here. So we're moving that left, and that is moving using this left move. There we go. These are all freely available on the internet to learn this stuff. And this one here, orange and green, I want to move here. So we're going to do a left again. Like that. And what else have we got here? We've got green, this green and red. So we put that above that wants to go left. Oh, they're all lefts today, which, you know, it differs depending on what order you do it in. And finally, I'm hoping that I'm not going to have to take this one out, and I'm not. That's good. So we move this round. That's an orange, and the blue needs to go there. So we're going to do the right one. There you go. So that's the first 2 layers of the cube done. And conveniently, now this is very strange, but I've got all of the yellows on top. Now normally, that's really annoying for this video, but normally what I'm looking for here, and let's maybe mess it up. Yeah, there we go. We'll mess it up a couple of times. There you go. Maybe one more time. There you go. So what I'm doing now is I was executing the move that actually puts the yellow cross on top, which is what the next step is to put the yellow cross on the top. First 2 layers complete, yellow cross on the top. So let's do that again. It's just a quick move, and oh look, there's a cross. Now we can forget the corners, but we've got a yellow cross here. And the next step is to line up again these edges. Right, now the greens are done. So what do we want? We want to move that red there, and we'll move this round. So there is a way to actually move all of these round in one move, but I don't know it. So I'm just going to execute the same move twice. That's why the beginner method is easier but slower. Ah, no. It's all gone wrong. There you go. Right, and then we're going to swap these around. There you go. So there's reds, blues, oranges, greens. Now what we want to do is try and identify if we've got one of these in the right place, because that's the last bit is the corners. So is this in the right place? In the wrong orientation? No. This one? Yes, it is, because it's got a green and an orange, so that's a good one. What about this one? No. Well, we don't care. As long as one of them is, we're now going to execute this like that. Now we just keep doing this until they're all in the right corners. So that's right, that's right, that's right, and that's right, and that's even in the right. These 2 are now in the right place. So all we've got to do is place the last 2 corners in the right orientation. So we just execute this move, right, and then we turn this round to keep it at the front. Do the same. Bit slow, but we'll get there in the end. And there's a cube done. So that's one. Now I'm going to try and do this one. I'll try not to talk quite as much, and maybe I'll concentrate on actually doing it. So I'm just kind of messing up still at the moment. I'm not actually, right, couldn't do that. Let's start again. So look, we can have a quick look. That's how you'd normally do it. I can see that one needs to go up here. That one needs to move around. So let's just start. That goes there, that goes there. What else we got here? That one around there, put that up there, and that one there, and I just messed that right up. What have I done here? It's all going wrong. Oh, let's put that there, and there you go. Right, okay, so I've got a white cross and I've also got corners here. Let's what we won't do is we won't move corners out that are wrong. We'll move corners in that are right. Otherwise you've got to do extra moves. So this one here is green and blue, orange and blue, and we want to move it into there. Oh no, I'm missing a really important step. Yeah, blues, reds, oranges, and I've just moved my thing out, so that one there, these 2 need to swap. Let's just do that. There we go. And this one here, that goes up there, and let's move that out. Yeah, and this can go in here, and this one can go in here. And where's the last one? It's, oh, see, that's how slick they are. Cack-handed like me, look at that. very difficult to do it at this angle. There we go. So now we've got to do the next layers. So that's this one. That's that. Move this one. Yeah. This one. Almost done them all. And finally, that. And we're going to get a yellow cross. There's a yellow cross. And it's got to line these up. So that's all right. How frustrating. So I'm going to have to do There we go. So those are all lined up now, and then we're just doing the last corners. Any in the right place? Yeah, this one. Any more? No. All in the right place now? Yeah, let's do it. So we'll just do the last one. Haha, just took that out, didn't I? No? Oh no, no. And then the last one. There you go. So that's my very slow cube solving. I hope you enjoyed it. Ta-ta!